Now, Colorado is known for world-class ski resorts, and with these world-class resorts normally comes a world-class terrain park. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you the 5 best terrain parks in Colorado because truly, some people do travel to these ski resorts just because of their terrain park. Now, not only have I been to every major ski resort in Colorado, but I've ridden all of these terrain parks. I've been riding for 15 years and 6 years professionally, so I have a pretty good take on what is the best ski resort here in Colorado. And the way I'm gonna be ranking these is based off of criteria like the features, the quality of the build, the vibe of the terrain park and the culture of the terrain park, the creativity and how accessible is it to everyone. I think by mastering all of those categories is how you become a great terrain park, not just by having big features, but by having all of it put together and thinking of even the beginners when it comes to a park. So now that we covered the ground rules, hit the like button and let's jump into the first or the 5th best terrain park in Colorado. And this one might be a shocker to you guys, but it's Elora Ski Resort. They have a Woodward Eldora. This place is incredible. Not only do they have very large jumps, but their creativity for features is unmatched. I really do think this Woodward Eldora puts together some of the most unique, fun features, intimidating features. I've been coming for years now, and every time I show up to Eldora, I'm like blown away. I'm like, I've never seen a feature like that. They also have very beginner friendly entry level. So like I love going with my friends that are just getting into park riding because they can go ride the smaller features and I'm literally right next to them riding the big features, and then we ride up together. All of these parks also have their very own park chairlift, which as a park rider is super important. Nothing's worse than like an extra long lap and you're just like wasting time when you want to just be riding park. I'm a big put all my energy into the park riding and not making turns when I want to ride park. So yeah, at Eldora, they really do care about their park culture. They put a lot of time and energy into it. They put a lot of effort into these features. They're so well built and they have all the features that you're going to want to hit.
What up? Me, I'm the dad in the hat. You just like clubbing and clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3 happy meals for the road. My oldest like counting racks. My middle one, she's in a dirt bike.
Now coming in at number 4 is a resort I don't think people ever think of when it comes to park riding, and you never see clips coming out of it, and I don't know why, but Telluride Ski Resort has an insane park. They also have very large jumps, huge rails, unique features. Everything is built so well. Once again, it's another thing that you can tell that like they just take care of their terrain park. They actually put money into it. The features are freshly painted and it rides so smooth. I haven't had a park specific only park riding day there. I've always kind of like dumped in after like riding epic mountain at Telluride, which is why you show up. But for a mountain to be so epic big mountain riding and have such a solid terrain park is so sick. And if you haven't checked out Telluride's park, it is totally worth going to. They technically do and don't have a lappable lift. You can either take the gondola or a chairlift. I ended up like lapping the gondola a bunch, but it's still like you're getting like quick laps. If you want to just be in the park, you can basically just be in the park at Telluride, which is sick.
We did it! I don't know how we did, but we did.
Now before I tell you the 3rd best terrain park in Colorado, if you're enjoying this video, obviously hit the like button, but if you really are enjoying it, consider snagging an Evolution sticker and joining Team Buckhouse, letting everyone know you're part of the crew. We have the snowboard version as well as we have a ski version of all of our merch, guys. It's all linked down below. Snag it on your helmet, your new board. If you've gotten a sticker in the past but you've upgraded your helmet or gear, consider snagging a new one. It really does support the dream. It's how I do this for a living, so thank you so much for snagging the merchandise. And I also hear the stickers help you get a board slide, so it's worth the risk, you know? You never know. Now the 3rd best terrain park in Colorado is none other than Winter Park, which is another resort that just loves their terrain park. In the early season, they always put up this super rad little platter park that's I always go to it because 1, they put the effort in and I want to show it off, but 2, it is fun. It definitely helps you get your legs, your park legs back underneath you. And then once the winter kicks off, you know, they've built an incredible terrain park with a whole lower level section where you can go like hit small, medium features. And then they have the rail yard, which is these very large features. They have a super pipe. And sadly, I usually hit Winter Park earlier in the year, and so I don't go back to hit their larger jumps, but I do know they just moved their larger jumps and they still look pretty large off this rad video that I found.
Yeah, a little spread eagle.
And so maybe this year, if locals want to send the big jumps with me, that'd be really rad. You know, showing up to a new resort and hitting some large ones would be a lot of fun with a local. But yeah, I love Winter Park. The culture, the vibe, the build quality, they always have super fun features. Last year they had this ball feature that I just went to town on because I love fall features. But Winter Park is it's a rad place if you've not checked out Winter Park for their terrain park. And a lot of people like to hang out on the Mary Jane side, but Winter Park has a super solid terrain park.
Problems I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Down in progression. It's all that I wanted.
Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. What are the last 2 best terrain parks in Colorado? But before I jump into that, if you are enjoying this video, I do have a goal to ride every single ski resort in the United States. And you guys can check my progress by going to resortskimaps.com. It's a resort map of every resort in the United States. All of the green snowboards are places that I've been to. You can click on them and watch the videos there. Like I literally just rode every resort in Arizona, which was super fun. But if you see any of the red snowboarders, that means I haven't been to your ski resort yet, but you can click on the top right-hand corner and check the resort upcoming schedule and see where I'm gonna be riding this upcoming season. So make sure you check out resortskimaps.com. And I don't know if these videos will make it, but we do have all of our resort reviews on resortskimaps.com as well, with where we go to the resort and we review them. It's super rad. Go check out resortskimaps.com and let's check out the second best ski resort in Colorado terrain park. And that is none other than Aspen Snowmass. Now, a lot of people told me that Buttermilk was like the park mountain, the one to go to. And I understand that you can hit the X Games features after the X Games, and that was a big pull to why Buttermilk has always done so well with terrain parks. But when I showed up to Snowmass, they had just as much radness. A super pipe, huge jump, like jumps that like I don't think I've ever hit a jump that large before, as well as just normal person features, and it was really well built, super flowy, its own chairlift. I really enjoyed Snowmass's terrain park, and I only got to spend 1 hour in there, but it left such a big mark on like what I saw, and I was like, dude, if you could ride this more often, like this is a great place to be. I know Chad O was also riding it all last season and getting some super like rad clips. So I took a risk with this one. I put it at number 2. I definitely need to get back out to Snowmass, and once again, if any locals want to shred me at Snowmass and just to get a good park vibe going on, I would love to experience that part of Snowmass. I did feel like this park was worth a number 2 spot by only spending 1 hour in it. But that leaves us with the number 1 terrain park, and it hurts my heart to not even have Keystone, A51, or Breckenridge, Park Lane, Breck Parks on this list at all, because those 2 used to be the best terrain parks in the world. And depending on when you've watched this video, these parks could shift or change, because it's all about the culture, the people building, the management that actually lets the park crew build things, and the culture in the sense of the resort actually caring about the park and skier and snowboarder. And there is one resort that cares about the park riders more than any resort out there, and that is the main reason why this resort is number 1, and that is obviously Copper Mountain. They literally had a hikeable terrain park till September 10th this summer. That is insane. They care about the park riders so much. They build them incredible features, huge jumps, 22-foot half pipe. This is why Dew Tour and all these things were happening at Copper, because Copper is embracing the park scene and honestly pushing it forward, where a lot of resorts like Breckenridge and Keystone that used to have that culture no longer have it, and the awful Vail Resorts monster that is dumbing down all these terrain parks is brutal. It's another reason why Telluride is so good, because you can go to it with your Epic Pass, but probably the best Epic terrain park you can get, because Telluride is technically not owned by Epic, and they still put money into the terrain park. But Copper is flooding that park with money, and you will ride down Central and you'll be like, there's too many features. And of course they got like Peace Park and all these other options. Like Copper is insane, and you can even go to like the camp that has like summer jumps and stuff. I love Woodward Copper. It's one of the best parks in the world, if not the best. And so if you haven't checked out Copper and you love park riding, that's the place to go. And this is my list, but I could be absolutely wrong. If you really think Monarch Mountain has the best terrain park, comment that down below. I want to hear your list of the best ones, and let me know, Aspen locals, if I got the park thing wrong in Aspen. Is it Buttermilk or is it Snowmass? I felt from riding I did put a whole day into Buttermilk, and I thought Snowmass was better. So once again, I'd love to hear you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for engaging with this channel, hitting the like button and the subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for shredding with me today. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. YouTube has recommended a great next video for you, so make sure you check out that one at the end.